Hello everyone. So I filmed my videos this week before yesterday, and yesterday I had a really big tragedy, and so I'm trying really hard not to cry. If you've seen the picture, the thumbnail, you kind of can guess what happened. My car caught on fire yesterday, and it is ruined. Well, it's burnt, all the front end, and into the dash a little bit. There's just no return from this, no way it can be fixed. The frame's burnt, bent, whatever. So, I don't have a car now. But I wanted to just hop on here and ask you guys to keep me in your thoughts and prayers. Because I really don't know what I'm going to do now. I really can't afford to buy a car, and thank God I live close enough, while not ideal, but I can walk to work. So I'm still having problems with my shoulder and stuff, but yeah. So apparently there was a lot of oil on the manifold, and I had gotten oil put in my car at Walmart on Sunday, and so I no, was it Sunday? Yes, Sunday. And the guy had spilled oil all over the car. I don't know how he did it, but he did. And he wasn't using a funnel, and I thought he would use one of those little hoses. When they change the oil, they just pump it in there. But he didn't do that either. So he wiped the oil off the cap, but all the other oil was still dripping through the motor. Now, I drove my car to work on Monday, and I didn't have any problems because it was still cool in the mornings when I went to work at, 6:45. So when I got off from work, well, I didn't even get off. I had to go to the doctor yesterday. I had to go to the orthopedic doctor yesterday, and about my shoulder. And so it started smoking really bad when I partly way to the doctor's office. And then when I pulled up into the parking lot, it was just billowing smoke. And somebody said, "Your car's on fire." And all of a sudden I was sitting in the driver's seat and flames shot out from under the hood. Now, if you ever had one of those life flash before your eyes moments, I had one yesterday, let me tell you. I was tugging on my seatbelt. I could not get my seatbelt off. And not only that, my door was jammed. I don't know if it's from heat or what. It was unlocked. And I was like panicking. I was so panicked. And this guy ran over and yanked the door off. And I said, "I can't get my seatbelt out." And he ran back to his truck, and he came back with one of those little seatbelt cutter things. And so he cut my seatbelt off, and I got out of the car. And then I realized I had left my purse in the car with money, and well, not much money, but my cards anyway. And I started running back toward the cars. I said, "Don't go near the car. It's going to blow up." But I ran and got my purse out, and I was praying the whole way, "God, please don't let this car blow up. Please don't let it blow up." Well, 911 had been called, and the fire department was on its way. They had to evacuate that whole doctor's office because I was parked in front of the doctor's office. And the flames were shooting out so bad that they weren't sure if it was going to catch the building on fire. And people parked beside me. I was just praying to God that it didn't blow up, because I didn't want to damage anybody else's property, and I didn't want anybody to get hurt. And I tell you, God answered my prayers. I mean, I don't know what reason my car just, why this all happened. I tried to make sense of it, and I just couldn't. But, maybe, God's making way for a dream of mine to come true. I want to get an RV or a camper van or something, and I want to live in it. So I can travel. And I don't know what's going to happen. Right now I don't have money for anything. But it's amazing, as much as involved as that car was with the fire and stuff, that it didn't blow up. For once, it was nice that I was running on fumes. I didn't have time to stop and put gas in it. Thank God I ran on fumes, because had it had more gas in it, I think the whole entire car would have blew up. Maybe with me in it before I could get out. So I just, I was going to try to do a video yesterday, but I was so shaken up yesterday. I came home and I was just trembling. I want to say thank you to my pastor, Nathan Larish, for coming to get me from the doctor's office, taking me by work, then taking me home. And I want to say thank you to the people at OrthoCarolina, because they were so sweet. And the tow truck driver that they called, he was a very nice gentleman, and he was really working with me, and they were going to charge me $150 to have it towed. And I didn't have it. And the nurses at OrthoCarolina pulled together and got the money to have it towed for me. And they didn't even know me. This is my first visit there. And, but he came back and he said, look, he said, your car's a disaster. You're not going to get many parts off of it. Now, the trunk and the back seat did not get burnt at all. And so I have things I need to go get out of it. But he said, if I can tow it to our lot, and if you just turn the title over to us, we'll keep the car for whatever. Maybe parts in the back, I don't know. And he said, we won't charge you anything. And I said, deal. And so that's what they did. And but I was just so grateful. I was so grateful to the fire department at the Heckle station. They were so nice to me. And then the police officers that responded, very, very nice. And then all the people out in the parking lot that had been evacuated in that building who were praying. And they just, and they came over and comforted me. It didn't matter about COVID. It didn't matter anything at that time. People were coming to put their arm around me and to pray with me. I had tears streaming down my face. It was not pretty. But it just didn't make sense to me. But I just want to say God is good. Because not one car got singed. The building was safe. The people were safe. And the car didn't blow up. And that's something to be grateful for. I told somebody told me, well, you are a strong person to endure things that you've been going through. And I was like, you know, it's only by the faith in God that I have that keeps me going. And I thought about something today, you know, to make a perfect diamond, it has to go under a lot of pressure, and it has to be under fire. And I have been under pressure, and I have been literally in the fire. And one of these days, I'm going to be the brightest diamond there is. But I just wanted to get on here and say thank you for your prayers. Thank you, Michelle Ricard, because Michelle knew about it last night. We chat, and my friend Naomi, we chat, and so they knew about it. But so forgive me if I hadn't told you, my close, all of you are my close friends, but I just didn't feel like getting on and doing anything yesterday. So, after I got home. So I just thought I'd let you know, please, I'm just asking for your prayers and your thoughts. And, I think I'm going to be creating some fire journals. I'm going to call them fire journals. Because when you walk through fire, you're being refined. And you need to learn to listen to the voice of God and not the lies of Satan. So I'm going to make some journals to sell, but I'll get through this one way or the other. Thank you all for your support. God bless. Good night.